From street cops to tanks, every law enforcement agency in GTA San Andreas ranked 6 stars. The sky's buzzing with choppers, the streets are locked down with concrete barriers, and a rhino tank is rolling through Grove Street like it owns the place. The army's been called in, and Carl Johnson just became public enemy number 1 in the state of San Andreas. At 1 star, you're a guy who ran a red light. At 6 stars, you're a threat to national security. So how does it get there? How does Rockstar take you from a street cop with a nightstick to a full military occupation in under 5 minutes? Let's break down every law enforcement agency in San Andreas ranked by authority, firepower, and how badly they want you dead. Rank 1 local police departments: Los Santos Police Department, San Fierro Police Department, Las Venturas Police Department. 3 cities, same system. These are the guys who show up when you punch a pedestrian or swipe a car in broad daylight. They're the first line of response, and honestly, they're designed to lose. At 1 star, it's a single cop. He'll chase you on foot, maybe fire a few rounds if you're stupid enough to stick around, but he's not calling backup unless you escalate. It's personal, it's local, it's containable. You can outrun him in a Greenwood with a busted tire. The game gives you every opportunity to walk away at this stage. Duck behind a building, stay quiet for 10 seconds, and the star fades. It's almost generous. Rockstar wants you to feel like you can get away with anything in the early game because that confidence is what pulls you deeper into the chaos later. 2 stars? Now you've got multiple units. Cruisers pulling in from side streets, roadblocks forming at intersections, cops coordinating but barely. They're still using standard issue pistols, still getting out of their cars one at a time like they're responding to a noise complaint. The AI isn't aggressive yet, it's reactive. You can duck into an alley, lose the heat, and be back on the block in 30 seconds. But watch what happens when you stay in the open. They start boxing you in. 1 cruiser from the front, another cutting off the side street. They're not smart enough to trap you perfectly, but they're learning your patterns. The longer you stay at 2 stars, the tighter the net gets. Rockstar designed this tier to feel beatable. The local police department isn't supposed to stop you, they're supposed to make you feel like you're getting away with something. It's the illusion of consequence without real danger. You're still in control. The game's still yours. But that's the trap, because the moment you push it, the moment you keep shooting, keep running, keep making noise, the system stops playing fair. Rank 2 police helicopters, 3 stars, and suddenly the game goes vertical. The police maverick appears overhead, spotlight cutting through the streets, tracking your every move. If you're driving, it follows. If you're hiding, it hovers. If you're running, it calls out your position to every unit on the ground. The helicopter changes everything because now you can't just outrun the heat, you have to outsmart it. At 3 stars, the ground units get more aggressive too. Cops start setting up roadblocks, spike strips appear on main roads, and officers on foot start wielding shotguns instead of pistols. The escalation is subtle but devastating. You're no longer dealing with beat cops trying to contain a situation, you're dealing with a coordinated response designed to pin you down. The chopper itself doesn't just observe, it fires. The gunner on board starts taking shots the moment you're in range, and if you're on foot in the open, you're shredded. The noise alone is psychological warfare, that constant thump of rotor blades overhead, the spotlight sweeping streets, the loudspeaker barking commands you can't even follow. At 3 stars, SWAT officers can rappel down from the helicopter. They drop in pairs, hit the ground armed with micro SMGs, and immediately start advancing. You think you found a safe alley? The chopper hovers overhead and deploys 2 officers right behind you. There's no safe space anymore. 3 stars is where Rockstar teaches you that vertical space matters. You can't just think about what's ahead or behind, you have to think about what's above. The helicopter turns every open street into a kill box, every rooftop into a sniper position, every parking lot into a deployment zone, but if you can survive 3 stars, if you can find cover and wait it out, the heat drops, the system still lets you recover. Because Rockstar knows what's coming next, and they want you to think you're ready. You're not. Rank 3, SWAT, 4 stars. The enforcer pulls up. This is the line. This is where casual players break and experienced players start sweating. The SWAT team doesn't chase you, they hunt you, and they do it with military precision. The enforcer itself is a nightmare. It's heavier than any police cruiser, so ramming it off the road doesn't work. It's faster than you'd expect for something that size, so outrunning it takes real skill. And when it stops, 4 SWAT officers pour out in full tactical gear, body armor, helmets, micro SMGs moving like a unit instead of individual cops. At 4 stars, roadblocks shift from standard cruisers to enforcers. These aren't barriers you can crash through anymore. These are walls. The SWAT van takes up the entire lane, forces you into side streets, funnels you into ambush points, and if you try to ram through anyway, you're met with a wall of bullets from officers positioned behind the vehicle. The AI gets smarter here too. SWAT doesn't just chase, they predict. They cut off your escape routes before you even see them. They flank, They suppress, they advance while you reload. If you're in a vehicle, they're shooting out your tires and your engine block. If you're on foot, they're boxing you in with overlapping fields of fire. And the helicopter? Still there, still tracking, still deploying more SWAT officers from above while the ground teams close in from every direction. 4 stars is the natural ceiling for most players. It's where the game stops being about crime and starts being about survival. You can still make it to a pay and spray if you're fast, still lose the heat if you know the map, still recover if you play it smart. But the margin for error is razor thin. One wrong turn, one crash, one moment caught in the open, and you're done. The SWAT team doesn't negotiate. They don't arrest. They eliminate the threat. And if you thought 4 stars was the maximum consequence, if you thought you'd seen the worst the state could throw at you, then you haven't kept pushing. Because there's still 2 more levels of escalation, and both of them involve federal authority. 4 stars is still local. SWAT is still San Andreas trying to handle its own problems. But at 5 stars, the state admits it can't. Rank 4 FBI. 5 stars means the state of San Andreas has officially lost control. The black FBI ranchers roll in modified SUVs built for pursuit and suppression, and outstep agents in suits and body armor armed with MP5 submachine guns and zero hesitation. These aren't cops. These aren't even tactical officers. These are federal agents, and they're here to end this by any means necessary. At this level, the game stops treating you like a criminal and starts treating you like a national security threat. The spawn rate becomes relentless. You kill 1 agent, 2 more pull up. You blow up a rancher, another one's already blocking the next intersection. The heat doesn't drop unless you hide for minutes, and even then, finding a spot where the FBI can't reach you feels impossible. The FBI's arrival is narrative escalation disguised as gameplay. It's Rockstar saying, "You've crossed a line. Local cops couldn't stop you. SWAT couldn't stop you." Now the federal government's involved, and this isn't about law enforcement anymore. It's about control. The black ranchers, the suits, the cold efficiency, it's all visual shorthand for authority that doesn't negotiate. They're not trying to rehabilitate CJ, they're trying to erase the problem. The agents move faster than SWAT, shoot more accurately than local police, and coordinate like a machine. They don't panic. They don't hesitate. They close in like a vice. Notice how the game shifts audio here too. The police radio chatter gets more urgent. The sirens layer on top of each other until it's just a constant wail. The music cuts out. All you hear is gunfire, engines, and chaos. Rockstar wants you to feel the pressure building, to feel like the world is closing in. And gameplay-wise, this is where most players break. 5 stars is sustainable for maybe 2-3 minutes if you've got health, armor, and a fast car. But the moment you crash, the moment you get caught in the open, it's over. The FBI doesn't miss. They don't hesitate. They execute. You can feel the AI shift from reactive to predictive. They're not just chasing you, they're anticipating where you're going. They cut off your escape routes before you even see them. They force you into kill boxes. They make survival feel like luck instead of skill. The FBI ranchers form roadblocks that overlap with SWAT enforcers. The helicopters still overhead, still deploying officers, still calling out your position. Every street feels like a trap. Every turn could be your last. The entire state apparatus is mobilized against one man, and the coordination is suffocating. But even at 5 stars, there's still a line Rockstar hasn't crossed. The FBI is federal, but they're still law enforcement. They're still operating within some framework of rules, however brutal. At 6 stars, the rules stop applying because the military doesn't care about arrest. The military cares about termination. Rank 5, the Army. 6 stars. The Rhino spawns. This is the top. This is as bad as it gets. The United States Army has been deployed on American soil to stop one man, and they're not playing games. Soldiers in desert camo, M4 carbines, roadblocks with concrete barriers, attack helicopters circling overhead with infinite ammunition, and somewhere on the map, a 70-ton tank is rolling toward you with one objective: complete elimination. At 6 stars, the game isn't trying to challenge you anymore, it's trying to kill you. The Rhino doesn't patrol, it hunts. It tracks your last known position, crashes through buildings, plows through traffic like it's made of paper. When it rams your car explodes on contact. Not catches fire explodes, instantly. The tank's armor is virtually indestructible. Small arms fire bounces off. Grenades barely scratch it. Only sustained heavy weapons can damage it, and good luck finding the time to use them when soldiers are pouring bullets into you from every direction. The soldiers themselves are no joke. They're armed with M4S, they wear body armor, and they absorb damage like they're built different. They don't take cover like cops or SWAT, they advance. They suppress. They overwhelm. You can dump half a magazine into one soldier, and he'll keep firing back until the last round drops him. The roadblocks are the worst part. Concrete barriers materialize on every major highway, forcing you into side streets where more soldiers are waiting. The spawn points shift dynamically. so you can't memorize safe routes. Every direction feels like a trap. Every turn could lead straight into a barricade backed by a squad of troops with overlapping fire lanes, and the barracks OL, the military troop transport these things, spawn constantly, disgorging 4 soldiers at a time. They're everywhere, blocking intersections, chasing you down highways, forming mobile roadblocks that adjust to your movements. The barracks itself is tough, hard to destroy, and even if you do, the soldiers inside bail out and keep fighting. The helicopters at 6 stars don't just observe, they hunt. They track you across the entire map, firing continuously, never backing off. If you're in a car, they're shredding your roof. If you're on foot, you're dead in seconds. And unlike the police Maverick, these military choppers don't run out of ammunition. They don't leave, they don't stop. Rockstar designed the army as the ultimate consequence, the thing that happens when you break the system so badly that the simulation has to reset. It's not fun. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to feel oppressive, overwhelming, impossible. It's supposed to make you realize you went too far. And here's the brilliant part. It's completely avoidable. You have to work to get to 6 stars. You have to commit massacre-level crime, sustain it for minutes, evade every prior tier of response, and keep escalating. The game gives you every opportunity to stop, every chance to duck into a safe house, hit a pain spray, cool off. But if you don't, if you keep going, then Rockstar gives you war. The army is the final word. It's the design saying, this is where the power dynamic flips. You're not the kingpin anymore. You're not the anti-hero. You're a target, and the full weight of the state is coming down on you. No other GTA game has done this quite the same way. GTA 5 replaced the army with tougher noose units and kept it at 5 stars max. GTA 4 capped escalation earlier. But San Andreas said, let's see how far we can push the player before they realize they're not supposed to win. And every player who's spent hours in San Andreas remembers the first time they hit 6 stars by accident, maybe trespassing in Area 69, maybe going too hard during a turf war. The panic, the realization, the desperate scramble for survival that almost always ends with WASD flashing across the screen. Because at 6 stars, survival isn't skill, it's miracle. San Andreas built a ladder of authority from patrol cars to military intervention to show how control collapses when force keeps escalating. Local enforcement gives way to federal power. Federal power gives way to tanks. And once the army rolls in, the city doesn't feel alive anymore, it feels occupied. Rockstar built a response machine and let you push it until the state answered with war. If you want to see how Rockstar refined that system years later, watch every police force in GTA 5 explained in detail. That's the next video, and do not forget to give your thoughts in the comments section.